Hello, my lovely Aries, and welcome to Deku Tarot. I'm going to be doing your 2019 yearly tarot reading. So we're going to look at what 2019 has in store for you month by month. We're going to pull one card for each month, and it's going to look at the general energy of the month, what might be coming in for you, what that month really has in store for you. Again, this is a very general reading. We're not going to pull clarifiers. It's just going to be one card per month for the 12 months of the year. If you guys want to book a very personal 2019 reading to see what's coming in for you this year, I definitely suggest getting a 2019 reading. It's going to be definitely over an hour long, where I will go into all the specifics of what is coming into you throughout the year, how to best utilize the energies to create success in love, in career, and whatever else in your life really, and how best to really get on your highest path and your highest your highest energy moving forward here, so we can ascend our energy, ascend our consciousness, and really create the life that we want and manifest our dreams. So again, if you want to book a 2019 reading, all that information is right below this video in the description box. There will be much more in depth than this, as this is a very general reading. It might not even resonate with all of you. Check out the 2019 readings for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It'll definitely give you a better idea of what the year has in store for you, especially, if you are interested, you're into astrology and you know about your chart and how these different signs and placements throughout the year are going to affect you. So we have a lot of major eclipses this year, I believe in January, July, and December. Anyways, I'm actually going to start the video off as I shuffle here, talking about the astrological and empathic messages for 2019, about what will be coming in for you. So I'm just going to read that off right now, what I have written down here. So this year in 2019, make a note of whatever is bothering you or filling you with any sort of energy or energetic enthusiasm in January, whether it be anger, whether it be passion, whatever is like really, getting your engine revving here in January, whether it be something that makes you mad, something that makes you feel really excited, an impassioned goal, make, that kind of energy there. Make note of what is really filling you up here, because that fiery impetus is going to carry you on towards the providential new horizons, okay? So we need to avoid that typical Aryan pitfall of egocentricity and insensitivity. So again, if we find ourselves, taking emotion out of, the gambit a lot, and really just going in on people or saying things that might not be harsh to us, but towards other people, we're going to need to really think before we speak this year in that kind of way, so that we don't come off as insensitive and hurtful. Jupiter holds open the doors to a really wider world for the whole year for you guys. It could be travel or education or a spiritual, growth here that might beckon you. But it would be really wise to follow the call wherever the courage of your convictions really leads you here, okay? Follow your intuition, follow what your heart is pointing you towards here at this time, okay? The soul deep inside you is really longing for more fulfillment than your current reality is providing you. So you're really likely to feel especially weighed down and oppressed by any such deficiency in both public and domestic life, okay? So we're going to be thinking about what our true goals are. On what foundation do we really choose to stand this year? The opportunity to align these answers with the deep needs of your authentic self is really going to come in January, July, and December. Again, like I was talking about with those eclipses. When powerful solar and lunar eclipses are going to be conspiring to bring fateful change into any unsatisfying arenas of our lives here. So we're going to really need to let go of whatever is run its course within our lives, and really take each and every opportunity to accept new and responsible roles, new responsibilities that are really of our own choosing. So choose what responsibilities, we might have a lot of them offered to us. Choose which ones work for you. Don't take on ones that don't work for you, that aren't going to make you happy, and that give you a sort of red flag feeling, okay? Carry your past experience and experiences forward into new and exciting projects, with which you are really happy to identify with, and which you really find a deeper meaning in, okay? So again, only really attack yourself and really add, take on the responsibilities of projects that really mean something more to you, that have a deeper meaning. It's really going to take most of the year, honestly, to turn our ship around here. But in late summer and into fall, we should really find ourselves a lot busily engaged in doing a lot of work, really involved in our work there, to establish ourselves in a much more satisfactory position by the end of the year. Okay, so that's our little overview there. Now let's start pulling the cards. And we're going to see what comes up here in January 2019 for my Aries. January 2019 for my Aries. What does January 2019 have in store for my lovely Aries? And we get, oh my gosh, the wheel. Beautiful way to start the year. Amazing. I'm going to talk about them more after I pull all the cards here. February 2019 for my Aries. February 2019 for my Aries. It's going to be so hard for me to get used to saying 2019. I was saying 2016 for most of 2018. So let's see. February 2019, what is coming in store for my lovely Aries, for my Aries? Wow, when we get the King of Wands, amazing. So two golden energies here as we move into the new year: prosperity, sunshine, success. Whenever I see yellow, I feel success coming together, feeling of being in the light, of having this fire energy, which is for the first couple months here really, really wonderful for Aries energy here. It feels. King of Wands could even be you guys showing up in your own reading very powerfully here. March 2019 for my Aries. And we get the King of Swords. April 2019, what is coming forward for my Aries? What will be coming in the month of April 2019? Major focus, major energies, major happenings in 2019 of April for my Aries. And we get the Five of Wands. Interesting. Conflict there. Okay, so let's look at these first 4 months of the year here. Let me, center these babies and we will go on. So here with the wheel. The wheel is all about, divine timing. So whatever, we could sense a real we could sense a real change in our energy, a real shift in energy here as we enter the new year, a shift in prosperity. So again, if things have been difficult, it's been difficult to accrue money, it's been, maybe a period of lack of wealth I'm getting for some of you guys, and we've been working really hard and not really, either feeling the passion or feeling, the money coming into our pockets here with all the work that we're putting in. The wheel here kind of tells me that, this was based on timing. This is all divine timing, that now we're getting our power back here. Now we're having an oomph of energy. We're having a change in prosperity here. Because the wheel, again, is about fortune. I mean, it's the wheel of fortune. So, the wheel turns and fortune comes in, but only the universe can turn that wheel. It is all based on divine timing and having everything happen just when it is supposed to. So again, that could be a real focus this year as well. As we're entering January, we could be seeing that, yes, there might be changes coming in. Yes, there might be a lot of prosperity coming in, especially by the end of the year. But the wheel turns slowly. It gives us, those little bits of fortune as it goes on its own timing. So we cannot control how fast or, how slow whatever the wheel is bringing in, it has to bring in here, okay? Again, it could also be new love or start of a brand new activity here. It just feels like we're really kicking off the year and the wheel is spinning and it's bringing us, business, it's bringing us, ideas, bringing us passion, bringing us creativity. So it's a really wonderful way to start the year in January here. Again, like I was saying in that little overview in the beginning, whatever is filling us with energy and enthusiasm in January is going to carry on throughout the year. And we need to have that, we need to use this energy to help carry us to those providential new horizons, those prosperous new places that we want to get to. Okay, and then in February here we have the King of Wands, and this is wonderful because it is, the king of your sign here, the king of your energy. This is you guys standing in your power here, feeling extremely powerful, feeling extremely, solid, feeling very passionate, very on top of things. He is not a guy to be messed with. He is also, again, very communicative. So again, if we are in a field of writing or any sort of communication, whether it be in the entertainment, in the arts, or again, you could just be a writer communicating to other people, or, even teaching. We're feeling very on top of our stuff right now. We're feeling really, really strong in our own power and in our own convictions. We're having a lot of entrepreneurial abilities come out here. We could be really growing in that kind of sense within our work, being more of an entrepreneur, taking on those responsibilities, and taking, having new abilities, new creative ideas here coming up. A lot of wisdom and generosity is also surrounding the King of Wands type of energy here. He's very fiery, he's very passionate, he's not afraid to say how he feels. So again, we're standing here in our power. People are looking at us because, you know, the King of Wands is a popular person. They're attractive. We're really coming across as our best selves really throughout February. So remember that in any sort of business situations, in love, in really all situations here, we're coming across very strongly, very on an energetic level, we're coming across extremely passionately, and again, we're standing in our own power, so a lot of people could be attracted to us at this time, and a lot of new opportunities and new abilities could start coming out here within your life. New passions. We're standing on top of it though. It's like yes type of feeling, like we're just taking in all this fire energy. Like I'm imagining, I don't know if any of you guys know Dragon Ball Z, but just like standing there with the fist clenched and all the fire, like just like it feels like all the energy is just being sucked into you, and just like fire is coming out, and you're like, where am I going with this next? And you're just like bam bam bam. And like, I don't know guys, as I started this reading, I just feel so much energy for you for the entirety of 2019. I started this reading, it's my first reading of the day, and I'm just filled with energy. Like I just had like 12 pots of coffee kind of energy here. So you guys have a lot of energy in 2019 here. King of Swords in March 2019 here. The King of Swords really speaks about your authoritative side here. We're able to make decisions, come to clarity. Could also again be that there is an Aquarius, definitely possibly an Aquarius, and again in February we are going into that Aquarian timing. So it could be an Aquarius coming in very strongly to help you make a decision. Also maybe a father figure or a court decision. Sometimes I see the King of Swords as, you know, signing on the dotted line in a situation, making a decision in terms of work, money, finances, any sort of legal matter as well. King of Swords also, again, is that feeling of legitimate authority. Again, maybe help from a father or a father figure, somebody who is very decisive, or again, an air sign that is very, you know, looks out for us and can help us make these decisions that and come to the conclusions that maybe we cannot on our own. You know, these are important people within our lives here that are coming in. Could again be a father figure or an Aquarius or a friend of that kind of nature here, but they're coming in very, very strongly. They could be helping us, you know, come to some conclusions or see something in a clearer way here, or even signing, you know, on the dotted line in a situation with the help of somebody. Anyways, Five of Wands here. Five of Wands in April 2019 sees the Five of Wands, which is it's not my favorite card, I would say. You know, it's a lot about, you know, we feel that there's a confrontation coming. Again, we could also, again, be feeling attacked on all sides, feeling like we have to fight, like we're in some type of competition here. The Five of Wands indicates a lot of competition, a lot of fighting, you know, those everyday little problems like coming up again and again. And I don't know if Mercury retrograde is happening around that time of April, May, but I feel like a lot of my 2019 readings have seen some sort of like conflict or issues here coming up in like April, May time. I don't know off the top of my head if that's when Mercury is going into retrograde, but it would make sense if, you know, all the signs are experiencing some sort of issues or roadblocks or, you know, problems coming forward, you know, moving forward here in April, May. But also, again, we do have, you know, Uranus moving out of your sign and directing to Taurus for the next 7 years in March. So by April, it could have, you know, created, you know, left the groundwork for some issues coming up, some little competitive situations, some like, again, these could just be those everyday little things that bother us, like, oh, now the car has an issue, oh, now this person's got an issue with us at work, or now I gotta complete this problem because they didn't do this, or, you know, there's all sorts of, these are like the little things, all those little tiny, little like, like naggy things at the end of the day, or, you know, throughout the day here that we get. So we could be having a month of kind of that kind of energy, as well as, again, a preparation for some type of confrontation, or, you know, that we have something going on within us that we're feeling very torn on, like, do I want to do this, do I want to do that, you know, there's a lot of I want to do this but I can't, or I would like to, you know, approach this person and say this but I can't because it's going to create this problems. You know, there's a lot of like little intricacies, little knots here. Kind of feels like a bunch of small knots that we might need to untie or deal with. There's a desire to really try to overcome this and say what you need to feel. There's a fiery energy of fighting here again. So April could be a month of some confrontations coming up, some complications, some you know, competitive issues, or issues in communicating with others, or even with, you know, reconciling our own wants and desires and where to put our energy moving forward. Okay. So let's check out what we have for the summer months. And I want to use my Aquarian Tarot, actually, for you guys. For the summer here. So we're going to look at May 2019 for my Aries. May 2019 for my Aries. It's coming up in May 2019 for my lovely Aries. May 2019 for my Aries. And we see, beginning here, May 2019 for my Aries. In April, I feel like there's going to be a lot of competing energies for you guys as we move into your sun sign. There's going to be a lot of energies moving this way, that way, and you guys aren't really going to know which way to go, honestly, as we move from April into May. It's really what I'm getting here. There's a lot of conflicting energies that's going to kind of throw us off. And we're not going to know which one is the right path here, so we might need to sit back, breathe about it, and decide moving forward. Anyways, May 2019, I just kind of got that little download there. May 2019, and we get the Eight of Swords reversed, so it does feel like we're going to find our way out of it as we move into May. We're going to kind of release ourselves from whatever we were blocking ourselves in. We're going to see the situation for what it is and be able to move forward. June 2019 for my Aries, June 2019 for my Aries. And we get the Six of Cups, reconciliation, beautiful. Soulmate card. July 2019 for my Aries. What's coming in July 2019 for my Aries? And we get the Two of Cups. Wow, we get two amazing love cards right here. Amazing, guys. And let's see what August 2019 has in store for you guys. August 2019 for my Aries. We get Temperance. Amazing. Alrighty, guys. So, the Eight of Swords. You know, when the Eight of Swords is reversed, I do see this as, I need to really understand that we can get ourselves out of whatever situation we feel trapped in right now. We have the power to do so, and it feels like this month you are going to figure that out because the Eight of Swords is reversed. However, it does indicate that we feel very oppressed at this time, very trapped, like we can't find our way out of a situation. Again, there's really a lot of anxiety here. This is a card of a lot of anxiety. Anxiety is ruminating around, you know, oh, you can't do this, or I don't know if I can move forward on this. If I do this, it's going to create this. You know, we're putting ourselves in this spot here. But with our own beliefs, with our own thoughts, with our own, you know, mental insecurities here. So, when the Eight of Swords comes up there, reverse, we can be getting ourselves out of it. All we need to do is really look around and say, hey, I actually can get myself out of this. I actually can step away from these swords. I don't need to think this way. I don't need to believe this way about the situation, and suddenly it will be better. So remember that when you excuse me, to get some water here. When you come into May here, May 2019, remember that you guys have the power to extricate yourself from whatever situation that you feel trapped in. Change your perspective. Look at it from a new perspective here, and you will see that, all right? In June 2019, we had the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is one of my absolute favorite cards. Yeah, as you guys know, if you follow me and you've been watching my videos for a while, the Six of Cups and sixes to me are very significant numbers. The Six of Cups especially is my soulmate card. This is a soulmate that is coming into your life, somebody that, again, we could have been lovers with, or in love with, or in a relationship with in a past life, somebody that we have a soul contract with, and for some reason we are reconciling with. Again, this could also be nostalgia, so it could be somebody from our past, or again, that we are thinking about someone from our past. And like I was saying earlier, I do feel like in you know, April, May, June, sometime around then, we're having some type of Mercury or some type of retrograde that's bringing up a lot of nostalgic feelings. I don't know which it is off the top of my head, and I'd have to go look it up, and I should, but I won't get into that right now because that's going to take forever. But there's definitely something going retrograde around that time, because I feel like in all my 2019 readings around that late spring, early summer type of energy, we're getting this feeling of nostalgia, something coming back around, a situation representing itself to us in a different way, in a more matured way, maybe even a lover, or, you know, an ex, somebody from our past here that wants to come back in, that is a soulmate, and that now they are ready. And then by August here, it does, sorry, not by August, by July, I'm skipping a month, by July 2019, it feels like we're coming into a relationship with with this person. We're coming into a commitment because this is amazing. And again, it doesn't have to be love, but I do feel like for a lot of you guys, it's going to be love. It's going to be somebody coming back in at just the right time, just when you are ready, and it's going to balance out your life in an amazing way here. We're going to come into this feeling of just love and happiness and nostalgia and just feeling very connected, very deeply connected with another person here in the middle of the summer in June, July. And again, if it's not love, it could be, again, something coming back from our past, something that, you know, feels nostalgic to us, something that we love, a new part of our life here opening up to us. Something is coming back in, or it feels like it's coming back in, even if it is new to us, because it is resonating with our soul in a way that we don't quite understand. This feels right to us. It feels like we've done it before. It just feels like it is resonating with our soul on a very deep level. And yeah, we could be committing to this opportunity or committing to this job, working with a partner on a job situation. It could just be absolutely like you both love doing this as a perfect partnership in creating a business or creating what it is that you want to put out into the world. So again, it doesn't have to be love, but I am getting a strong love sense here in the middle of, you know, June and July here, that we're falling in love in a way. It's just so beautiful. I mean, you know, this again could be, again, it's the reflection of the past and a situation of that sort, but it does feel like there's a reconciliation for sure. Especially when you say the Two of Cups here, there's a lot of love and affinity of friendship, a spiritual union and harmony here. This is beautiful, 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 beautiful. And then in August, we get Temperance. Temperance here. Temperance is, you know, that is the card of Sagittarius, so it could be a very significant Sagittarius within our lives at this time. It could also, again, be that we are maturing in a sense here. We're maturing to whatever life is offering us. We're having it's almost like something is coming into our life throughout the summer here, and by August, we are really developing a sense of maturity. We're developing a sense of maturity, whether it be I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's going to be emotional maturity. We're going to be feeling a lot better emotionally. We're going to be feeling more matured. We're going to be feeling like we can handle whatever is coming into our life here. There's a sense here of really evening out of, you know, almost like, you know, you're combining the ethers. The Temperance card is always a very alchemic type of card for me, especially. It feels like alchemy, you know, you're adding in whatever is needed here, and we're growing because of it, you know. Whatever is coming in August, it feels almost like this shift in our perception of the world, there's shift in our perception of our relationships and work, and how we're attached to things and what we're putting out there. So it's like we're having a huge shift here, and again, it is balancing us out, maturing us, and getting us ready for this next part of our lives here to come in, so that we may accept you know, what is coming in. And I do believe we have some amazing things here coming in the fall and late summer. So let's see. Let's see what we get here. What deck do I want to use next for you guys? I kind of want to use my Hermetic Tarot. I'm really drawn to do that, so I'm going to do it. All right, let's see. Let's see what September 2019 has in store for my Sagittarians. September 2019 for my Sagittarians here. September 2019. Did I say Sagittarians? Oh my gosh, for my Aries. I'm stuck on that Temperance card. Please don't think I'm thinking about Sagittarians. I was like, Aries, but I'm like, this is not right. Aries. Aries, Aries, Aries. September 2019 for my Aries. And we get, ooh, the Blasted Tower. Something huge is coming in here. Something to shake up your world. We're having a very sudden change here from an outside force. Wow. Okay. October 2019 for my Aries. It's going to be really hard for me to not pull a clarifier on that for you guys. October 2019 for my Aries, and we get the Nine of Pentacles. Amazing. So whatever is coming in here, I do feel like it is for the best. The Blasted Tower, you know, the Tower card comes in, and when it leaves, it is giving us a sense of clarity, a sense of knowing. It's giving us enlightenment in some area in our life here, or allowing something to come in because it is taking something out, you know. November 2019 for my Aries. November 2019 for my Aries. There's November 2019 bringing in for my Aries this year. Oh, and we're seeing the King of Swords reverse. He came out just like that, so I'm going to leave it that way. December 2019 for my Aries. What is December 2019? What is coming in for my Aries in December 2019? Situations, opportunities, general energy of the month here that we need to know. And we get the Two of Pentacles to end the year. Interesting. So an interesting last few months of the year here. I definitely, like I was saying, I definitely think that in September, October, in the fall, we're working hard. Something is coming in. Could be having a huge opportunity, I feel like, for some of you guys here, but it's coming in out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Or, you know, something is falling apart in your life here that is allowing true success and abundance and cumulative type of work here to come in. A material gain will come in here. The Blasted Tower, again, this is my Hermetic Tarot, which is very deep, very intricate, so I'm not going to go into all the little tiny symbols of it, or I'll be sitting here forever trying to. But it is an amazing, amazing card here. It does feel, you know, there is a lot of ambition that is coming in here. Something is coming in to rock us from an outside perspective, not an outside perspective, but an outside source here. That is coming in to totally disrupt, you know, however we have seen our life, however we have been living it, our lifestyle in total, okay? And it could be a huge fight. It could feel like a huge war, but it's going to bring up a lot of courage for us. I mean, a tower moment for an Aries is it brings up a lot of courage. You guys can handle it pretty well because, again, being a fire sign, we don't let anybody mess with us here. We're not going to let anybody drag us down without a fight. So, again, this could be a fight. And even if it's not a total fight, it feels like we are going to be fighting in this energy here. But it's bringing about a huge change. It is destroying and ruining some aspect of our life here to give us something new. There's a breakdown of beliefs here so that we may be enlightened as we move forward into how our life is going to be from here on out. You know, there's a total change. That's why we have these little, what's it called? They're almost like cells. Not cells. I know I'm not saying this right. It's like, they remind me of like molecules. I don't know. Again, I'm not, obviously, I don't know science that well, but it's like a change in your, even on like a molecular level here. It goes from dark to light, like we're understanding something. There's an absolute change in who we are because of something that has happened here, because of something that is coming in. We're having a huge shift in our life, a huge shift. And then in October, we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is an amazing card, Lord of Material Gain. We have built up this material gain. We have brought this into the world here. We have been working on it. Again, if some of us are trying to get pregnant, it could be that September, October could be a time when we get pregnant very suddenly. Something happens here. And again, sometimes I see the Nine of Pentacles as that 9 months in order to, you know, create whatever it is that you're looking for. However, I think for a lot of you guys, it's going to be that we're feeling extremely abundant. We're going to be feeling like we are having a lot of material gain very suddenly. We're going to feel very solid, very stable, reliable at this time, especially in work situations. There's a complete realization of material gain here and accomplishments. Again, we could be inheriting something. It could be money, like that kind of situation. But we're treasuring, you know, where we are and that we have created this abundance in our life here. And when the Nine of Pentacles shows up, it's really saying that you yourself have created this. You yourself have brought in this abundance, and you yourself get to really experience it on a material level and in a level that you can like put out into the world and show people and really feel it in your home life and within, you know, yourself here on a daily basis. The King of Swords reverse. He may be my least favorite king to get reversed, so I don't really like seeing this here, if I'm being honest here. In November, again, this is an air sign, so it could be an Aquarius, a Gemini, a Libra here. We could be having a lot of trouble with. This person could be trying to mess with us here. You know, when he's reversed, he is not really a nice guy. He's very malicious, could be plotting, very obstinate and harsh, unreliable, or again withholding some type of information. And when they do finally tell you, it could be very harsh, very mean. Somebody could kind of cut off a deal, cut off a situation here very suddenly, totally cut you off, or you know, leave in a very harsh way. So that could be the kind of energy with the King of Swords here. Again, if it's a boss, this person is very malicious, very mean. They're looking to hurt people. They don't care about how it affects you. So this could be a loss because of a situation, a person here that we're seeing in November. Not really a great energy, if I'm being honest. I'm not really liking it. It's very sadistic energy here. So if this is ourselves, be careful of, you know, being too unemotional about things, and it can come off as malicious, sadistic, and problematic. We might not be able to come off as our best selves in December. So watch out for that harshness and that ability to like just snap on people and be mean, okay? If that's you guys. And if not, if you have this type of energy or person in your life here, watch out for them. Don't feed into their mean, sadistic behavior. They might try to do something to hurt you or bring you down here. somebody might be trying to hurt you. The Two of Pentacles there at the end of the year. I feel could it kind of, this is Lord of Harmonious Change. We could be making some changes here, or looking at some changes that we need to make here in order to bring about the type of life that we want here, bring about the abundance, bring about especially things on a material level here. So this is again the Lord of Harmonious Change. This is the harmony of change. It's alternating gains and losses, your weakness and your strength, kind of being at play here. Where are we weak? Where are we strong? You're trying to, determine what needs to be balanced out here, what needs to go this way, that way. How can I fix things up here? This is an ever-varying type of situation, almost like a wandering feeling of, I don't know really which way is the best here. It could also, again, indicate a little bit of discontent with fixed condition of things, and alternating elation and melancholy. So we could be feeling like, yay, one day I'm really happy about my financial situation. The next day, you could be like, this is so stressful, and I don't know what to do, and now all of a sudden I don't have as much money. Or feeling really, we're having a lot of alternating, like, feelings here throughout December about, how much we've accumulated and where we are by the end of 2019, especially within career, material situations, money situations, and how again we are physically attached to this earth in a more again earthly rooted way, because it is a pentacle card here. Is a prudent yet sometimes foolish energy, also very argumentative because we're fluctuating a lot. So it's very inconsistent here at the end of the year. We're feeling very inconsistently. We're feeling kind of like this way, that way about, where we are and what we're doing here. Maybe I should have done this, or maybe I could do this. That's the type of energy. But when the Two of Pentacles shows up, make the necessary changes where you need to, and don't try not to focus on all the little the little things that bother you and little things that you feel like need to be changed, but probably don't really need to. Don't focus on the negatives. Focus on the positives and how to build up further, okay? All right, so that's your 2019 reading there. And let's get a message from Spirit now, a message from Universal Spirit for you guys for the coming year, for some advice. And again, if we want to book our own private reading, guys, please check out below this video in my description box. All the information on the different readings that I offer, including the 2019 reading, is all there. And it also tells you how to book a reading with me. So go check that out if we are looking to do so. Please check out your 2019 readings for your sun, moon, and rising, as well as your weeklies and your monthlies throughout the year. Those will definitely help you out as the year goes on, in terms of seeing what's coming in for you and how best to adjust to it. Advice for my Aries for 2019. What advice do they need for 2019? From Universal Spirit, Archangels, Mother Earth, gods and goddesses. What do we have for my Aries for 2019 for advice? What advice they need for this year? And I really want to pull this one, and we get Barmbrack. Amazing. I think there was one other card that got Barmbrack, and it might have been Pisces. I could definitely be wrong, though, so. Barmbrack, a pea, a cloth, a coin, a ring, a stick. Within a loaf of speckled sweetness, slice it and eat it, a glimpse of my fate's completeness. So Barmbrack is a type of bread where you put, there's slices of a coin, a pea, a stick, a ring, a small piece of cloth, and depending on, what slice of bread you get with what piece in it, it's supposed to be able to tell you about your future for the next year. You're supposed to do it around Halloween, obviously, because these are all my Halloween cards, because I could never let October or Samhain die. Anyways, when you pull the Barmbrack card, it indicates a curiosity to know what is ahead, but it's important to balance that with the now. After all, we have the tools to change our future should we choose. The sweet synergy of Barmbrack, all the ingredients, including the objects, are more complete and powerful together than they are individually. Should you encourage to seek your own sweet spot. So again, there's not just one path to get to your desired end this year. You have to remember that there's not just one way to go about something. There's multiple ways, and also this can indicate, working in a group. You might experience a lot more success and a lot more of what you want here if you work in a group, if you follow a different path, if you combine all your different skill sets in order to create the abundance, create the sort of outcome that you want throughout the year, okay? So might want to know what's going on, but we might need to release it to the universe and trust that the higher power is going to you know, the higher, your higher power, your higher self, the universe, whatever it is that you chalk it up to here, is going to guide us in the right direction and show us how to get what we want here, through a lot of different methods. So we have to keep our minds and our hearts open here for those types of messages, because they're going to come from all around and say all sorts of different things. But together, it's going to show us, you know, where we want to go and how to get there. Okay, we really need to encourage. We need to be seeking our own sweet spots by using all of our own, you know, our own skill sets and who we are as a person, all those different aspects of ourselves here and within our lives, in order to create that life that we want there. All right, so Aries, I hope that was helpful. Check out again your 2019 readings for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. That will definitely give you a better insight and idea of what's coming in this year for you guys. Also check out your weeklies and your monthlies for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. They will definitely help you out as well. And again, guys, if you haven't, please subscribe and share. It helps the channel. It helps me. And when I get to 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a huge giveaway. So make sure to do that as well. And thank you guys. Have an absolutely wonderful year, my lovely Aries.